Now today, we're going to be doing some mods on this little Daihatsu Sior you can see behind me. Now, we've sneakily borrowed it from a friend of ours. Now, she thinks we're going to get a pedicure, okay? Now, in fact, we're going to be modding this little beast up, okay? Now, we've got 8 hours till she finishes work, and we've got a total of $500, okay? So we don't have much time, we don't have much money, but we're going to do some awesome mods. Now, the only thing we have to find is, where can we find someone who can do it in the time? They say he was raised by a gang of transgenetic monkey goats in Antarctica. They say he's the only human being who was actually born with a soldering iron attached to his body. Now, nobody knows what his name is. Nobody knows where he's from. In fact, he could be anywhere. Well, he's not. He's in Sydney. We're at a secret location. I want you to meet this guy because he's a freak. Let's go check it out.
Alright, so part one of our stereo installation. Pioneer head unit, RCA outs, nice little unit, $100. Clarion splits, $100. Active response subwoofer for under the back seat or wherever we choose to put it, $100. We've got our remote central locking kit and actuators for both doors, $50. And then basically the little bits and pieces. Tar stick on insulation for inside the doors to dampen them down a bit. And then basic wiring to plug it all together.
The Daihatsu Sior comes with a modern 1-litre 3-cylinder engine that pushes out 40 kilowatts to the front wheels. Now, it doesn't sound like much, but with a weight of just over 700 kilos, the Sior is a real performer. Now, along with that, you get driver and passenger airbags, power steering, colour-coded bumpers, and even air conditioning. And unlike other small cars, when the AC's on, you can hardly even feel the difference in power. So we've shown you the car, you've met Marty, we've shown you the gear. It's time to get to it. Let's go.
Generally easier to wind the window down when you're getting trims off, and also doubles so when you go to fit your new speakers you know whether they'll fit or not, because you don't want it to hit the window when they wind them down. The other parts of this is the keyless part of it, which is the control unit and all the wiring that we stick through the doors to go to the actuator. With our remote. Off.
Now, Marty's a smart guy and he's sorting out all the wiring before we install the unit. That way he can double check everything before he puts it back together.
Now, central locking itself is pretty straightforward, but the thing that makes it difficult to put in is finding the right way to mount it, because you need to make sure it's going to reliably lock and unlock your doors. You don't want to get stuck without it. So the way this works is basically just this little rod here attaches to our motor, and then using this clip, it clips onto the lock and just moves it. So we've got both the central locking motors in. Now we've got to run some power, and it's a good idea to run a new power lead straight from the battery, because you always want your central locking to work, and also it uses a fair bit of power too when you hit the locks. So we're going to do that, and we're going to run the power for the amp in one go. I'm going to do that now. It's always a good idea to test everything before you wire it in, so you don't have to pull it out again. So we've just finished wiring up our power now that we just ran through the engine bay, and we've plugged all the solenoids in with all this wiring, and it's the moment of truth.
Now, one way you can improve the sound of your front speakers on the cheap is by dampening the door down with this self-adhesive sound deadener. It'll prevent rattles and improves bass response. Just cut it to size and then stick it over any holes in the door.
So we're splicing in the wiring loom for the new CD player. It already had an aftermarket one in, which kind of makes our job easier because the colours are already been figured out, but normally you'd need a wiring diagram. So in this case we just match the colours up and stripped the wires back, soldered them in, heat shrink them so they don't short out on anything, and we should have our deck in very soon.
Now check out the one-handed soldering technique. Now the speakers are in and they're looking awesome, and Marty's pretty happy about it. So I get to work in the front installing the new CD player and plugging in the wiring loom that Marty soldered up. Now while I'm putting the front back together, Marty's in the back seat wiring up the sub, which is going under the seat, so you won't even know it's there.
Our friend was always saying that, you know, she doesn't want to be driving around in the Daihatsu, so we thought the best way to solve that is just to take the sticker off the back. And the best way to do it is with a hairdryer and a bit of heat into the sticker that loosens up the glue. And there you go.
With the decal off, you can use some wax and grease remover to get the leftover residue off your paint. Okay, so the speakers are in, the central locking's in, the tweeters have been installed, but look at that muffler. Seriously got to do something about that. So we're in the car and we're off to Tuffy. Now we've bought a chrome tip for $10 and the guys down there are going to put it on for us. Total mod probably about $25, and it's going to make an incredible difference to the look of the car. The exhaust is on, and as you can see, the little Siora is starting to look a little bit more respectable. Now we've got to get over and get the window tints done because we're seriously running out of time. Okay, the tints are on and the car's looking great. Now originally we didn't have much of a budget for wheels or tyres, but we've just had a call from John at Tempe Tyres and they're going to help us out with some stylish alloy wheels. Now the tints are on and we've just been down to Tempe Tyres to put the wheels on, and I tell you what, the little Siora is looking awesome. So check it out, it's hard to believe this is the same car we started working on only 8 hours ago. We've put in a new head unit, new speakers, tweeters, central locking, keyless entry, we've taken the stickers off the back, got the windows tinted, and now we've got these awesome wheels. What a beast. Alright, so the car's all done, we're back at headquarters, it looks awesome. What do you reckon, Marty?
Where's the girl?
The girl who owns the car? Well, that's the thing. It's actually my car.